Real quickly, a little bit of my testimony. We have a 7-year-old little girl, like I've told you. My wife and I wanted to have a big family. So as soon as we had my daughter, we strived to have more children. And the next pregnancy we had after her, we were 6 weeks in, and my wife miscarried, which was a tragic thing, and we struggled with it, but we knew God was good, and we knew God would restore us, and so we tried again. And so when we were able to get pregnant again, we did, and everything was going smooth and going great. And at 5 months pregnant, my wife found out, and I found out that our daughter was born with severe birth defects. And doctors gave her a week to live in the womb. She survived a month and then died. So my wife, at 5 months pregnant, had to deliver our daughter, and we had to bury our daughter. So we said, okay, God, we're going to go one more time. And sure enough, we got pregnant again. 5 months in, everything's going smooth. Ultrasound comes back negative. And a month later, we lose our daughter, another daughter. And I just remember being at the graveside and looking at these two tombstones, thinking, am I ever going to have another kid? Am I ever going to get a chance to be a father to another baby? And we struggled. And the doctor said, you can't have kids anymore. And so just this longing, this hurt, and this need for another child. And just saying, God, just this feeling of having something and it being taken from you. And 2010, I was at church on a Wednesday night, and I got a phone call from the Women's Care Center, and they said, listen, we've got a mom that just came in. She's going to be delivering a baby in a week. She's not had any prenatal care, has never been to the doctor, and she does not want this kid. Do you want it? But understand before you say yes that there's a lot of loops you're going to have to go through. She could change her mind. You're going to have to go through all these different things. It's not a guarantee. And so my wife and I talked, and we said, you know what, we're going to just choose to be Jesus to this kid and love it as much as we can. And so we got a call less than a week later on a Tuesday, said it's going to be a boy, and he's going to be born on Thursday. Be at the hospital, be ready. So April 1st, 2010, my son was born. And on November 11th, 2010, we finalized the adoption of my son. And in that moment, as I held on to my son, when we walked out of the courthouse and it was finished, I held on to him saying, man, I just want to be a better dad. I want to raise my kids better. I want to be there for them. I want to help other people who struggle to have kids, because I've been at a place in my life where I had a child in my hands and it was taken from me, and God, you gave me a child back. And my daughter is healthy. As a matter of fact, the doctors say she's a miracle that we ever had her. And I've got these 2 kids. And I want to be different because of that. And I say this story to say this, is that why would a guy like Paul just go crazy and give his life to Christ? Why tonight am I crying in front of you, asking you as a teenager, you are this generation, asking you to take your life and to give it to God, is because there was a moment in your life where you had nothing. A moment where your sin was so dark and your deeds were so dirty that nobody would dare look at you or reach out to you. And in that moment, on the cross, Romans 5 says that at just the right time, while we were still sinners, Jesus died for us. I want you to think of the worst sin that you have. Maybe tonight you're struggling with it, you're holding on to it. I want you to think of the darkest place you've ever been, or maybe you're there right now. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to hold on to that right now. Hold on to that feeling, that emotion, that loneliness, that pain. And I want you to know that there's nobody around you that can help you out of that. There's nobody around you that can save you. You are doomed and you are lost. And in that moment right now, your darkest moment, whether you've been there or whether you're there right now, in that moment, the great thing about the gospel is that Jesus is looking at you saying, you're mine. Broken and bruised and ugly. I don't care what the world says about you. He reaches in, he grabs a hold of you, he says, you're mine. I will give my life for you. so that you can truly live. My heart, my hope is that would drive inside your heart so strong that from this moment on you would just throw everything aside and say, God, I want you to have my life. I want you to take it all. I want to live for you. I want my time to count. I want my life to matter. And God, I am surrounded by a world of friends and people that know nothing about you, and I will do whatever it takes, God, whatever it takes to get them to feel the love that you've given me. $1,440. That's how many minutes you get today. What is your life? There's 3 people in this room tonight, and I'm going to pray. One, man, you've been playing church for a long time. It's time to be the church. Stop playing dress up, stop playing church, and be the church, and reach out to the people right now in your life that you know need to be at church this Sunday. They need to be here at All Valley Jam next Thursday. They need a phone call tonight, and you need to just get real with them about what's going on. Second group, man, there's some people that are playing church and they're struggling, and you've not committed completely to Christ tonight. You got to let it go, man. You got to just say, God, it's yours. I've been going half and half on you for way too long. And tonight, God, you have all of me. Third person here tonight, you don't even know who God is in your life, man. You're coming here thinking, man, God doesn't want me. That video we saw before I preached says it all, man. You are not junk. You are God's masterpiece, and he wants to do something great in your life.